Looks like we have successfully gone live on TikTok and YouTube. Let's wait for a minute for people to come on board. Get all my angles nice. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, I got a new desk today. So everything's going to go differently. So we have people joining like crazy on TikTok. Am I going to say it now? Are we ready? I don't think we're ready. We only have people are going, hello, TikTok. Holy moly. So I guess I have more followers on YouTube than TikTok, and yet TikTok is just slamming right now. So if anybody has any questions from TikTok, I'm gonna just say it. There we go. Oklahoma is in the house. Thank you very much, sir, for tuning in. My name is Todd Standing, and I'm the man who takes people out into the field and has them either live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. I've done that on dozens and dozens and dozens of occasions. I did it on Survivor Man, every episode with Les Stroud. I did it with Jeff Meldrum and Dr. John Betternagel, Professor Jeff Meldrum in my documentary Discovering Bigfoot, and I will continue to do so for the rest of my days. That's what's very exciting for those of you that follow me is it's just never going to stop. I'm just going to keep winning, and I like winning. Man, I like winning. I like taking people out in the field and look, do you see that? Oh my God, it's a Sasquatch. And look just like your videos. Yeah, it just looks like the photos and the videos and all the stuff I keep showing people. It looks just like that. Look at this, guys. I just love this. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? All the Patreon followers, I still haven't done the video, but how to do this. This is 11 by 17. Works brilliantly in inches. And then I got frames. Oh my God, look at these beautiful frames. Look at this. So it's still got the plastic and stuff on it. These gorgeous frames. These frames are like I think they're like $3 each on Amazon. So I'm gonna send that out to my Patreons. How to get the frames, basically for $5. I mean, I haven't put it together yet, just because I've been doing a billion things. But you can go print this off for $2.50 at Staples. Like this beautiful. This isn't even the nice card quality that I got. It's satin card, beautiful. Uh, a beautiful poster, really good quality, because you also send it away. You don't get it done in house. Staples and there's Staples all over. There's Staples in the UK and in Australia. So just take it to a Staples, get it printed off for $2.50, buy a frame for $3, and bam, and 6 of them. They're absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna answer questions about Sasquatch. TikTok is just ripping it here. Holy cow, look at all these people on TikTok. Keep going. We're letting more viewers know you're live. That's what TikTok is saying. And I just see people joining. And do I have any questions on YouTube? Oh, there we go. YouTube, look at you. Hello, YouTube. Arkansas, greetings from cold Oklahoma. I have a hat on for a reason. It's freaking freezing here. Well, it's gotten warmer. It's only minus 15 today. It's been below minus 20 for quite a bit. But I don't know. I love it. JD, hints and tips, wildlife and more. Hello, JD's hints and tips. What can you give me for hints and tips about wildlife and more? Is more Bigfoot, JD? Another Okie in the house. Hello. Oh, what's going on in Oklahoma? Navajo Nation. Seriously. Tyrone Nelson Sr. Gosh, I'd love to hear from you. I'll tell you what, Tyrone, if you send me an email to discoveringbigfoot@gmail.com, that's the name of my movie. What the heck is that thing on my head? TikTok's doing some weird stuff. I don't like it. But if you can send me an email there, just say, hey, Tyrone, it's the Navajo gentleman from the Navajo Nation. So I worked with Arizona. Gosh, isn't one part of Arizona Apache? Because I had an Apache, the Apache Nation sent their tracker out with me years and years ago. I took him out and had him. Well, let me tell you about that, guys. I don't know if I've talked about this before publicly. So long time ago, probably 2012-ish, 2013, I was negotiating with the Apache Nation, and they were talking about doing some stuff. And what's going on here? Co-host. Oh, something weird's happening on TikTok. I just hit accept. I hope it didn't work out badly. What the heck just happened on TikTok? You invited a solo match? So there's other people on with me in TikTok? I'm very confused now. Anyway, I'm going to tell this story. So I don't know what the heck is happening on TikTok. Oh my God. Some really weird stuff happening. I don't know what's going on. Do I still get questions? Okay, so I negotiated with them. I was hoping for some really, because I'm a fan of Geronimo. I put Geronimo in a. I'm having a competition on TikTok, and I'm winning. I'm first. We're doing a live competition on TikTok. That's weird. So I was hoping to get a lot of cooperation from them. So they sent out their elite best tracker, and I took them into. I was working with a fish and wildlife officer. That it's kind of a whole other long story, but he knew there was Sasquatch in a certain part of Banff, and so I told them that, and I'd seen signs of them. So I wanted to go out there with this Apache tracker and show them a Sasquatch. So we had a 7-day expedition planned. It was going to be pretty hardcore. I was pretty excited about it. And so as we're going, we went out there and I was seeing tree breaks and structures and stuff. Then we saw some fresh tracks, and this was so cool, guys. I'll never forget this. This is an elite level tracker. He's not talking much. And he was kind of leading me in certain ways, making sure that I wasn't that nothing was pre-set up, because I am taking him out. He's thinking maybe I was fake and stuff. So he did some stuff to make sure that we were on an organic trackway that I'd never been out with, and in an area I actually had never been to. So we get out there and we find these 17 and a half, 18-inch big male tracks. They're gorgeous, like in the sphagnum moss out there. And we're looking at them for like 2 hours. We followed them for about an hour. Then we were looking at them and we backtracked on them. And he was really getting dialed in. He took some photographs with his little camera that he had. And then he said, I'd like to go home now, please. And I'm like, we're 3 days into the exhibition. I go, home? What do you mean home? Like, home? We got all this stuff to do. Let's go find that Sasquatch. He goes, no, 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 no. He goes, how much do you really know about these guys? Like, when do they rut? When do they give birth? How many young? How many are in the group? Like, what do you really know about Sasquatch? And I couldn't answer those questions. And he goes, not really. Like, I could theorize, but I didn't really have a knowledge like a bear expert has knowledge of bears. Like, a biologist knows that studies fox knows about populations and how they eat and their digestive tract. We don't have that information about Sasquatch. So he said, that's Sasquatch are real. That's a real gigantic, like 900-pound Sasquatch, fresh tracks. He's out here, probably watching us right now. He said, you take me home. Because if this thing attacks me or we're pissing him off for some reason, it's going to kill us. No one's going to find us. So I literally took him back. We got out on about day 4.5, put him on an airplane. He went home. I never heard from him again. So that really sucked. I was very unhappy to hear that. And he never talked to me again. Don't know why. I had good success. Buddy went home. I think they just wanted to see if I was doing legit work and if maybe they weren't getting Sasquatch. I didn't get the impression he'd ever seen Sasquatch tracks before. So I guess they just wanted to know Sasquatch was real, and then they were peaced out after that. So I found that very disappointing, but life goes on. I've emailed you about a sighting I had several years ago. Can we talk via email? So this is Zach. Where did you email me, Zach? Email me at bigfootencounter@gmail.com, Zach. I'd love to hear more about that. And I do take time to go through that stuff. So there's some weird thing going on TikTok I don't understand. The do-rag noticed, followed live, more likes, keep it up. I don't know what's going on. TikTok is a little strange to me. I'm not inviting people. Hello, hello, hello. Let's go back to YouTube. Daniel, what do we got here? Another Okie, Navajo. Hi from South Florida. South Florida has the skunk ape, right? That's pretty cool. You're the real deal. Hello from Ontario. Yeah, Ontario is so beautiful, right? No mountains in Ontario, but it's so beautiful. It's gorgeous lake country. I really enjoyed the terrain there. And no grizzly bears, but you have black bears. There was deer there. That was a big deal, deer hunting. So everybody's saying hello, hello to everybody. Hi, Andy. We say boom. If you bump into a Sasquatch out in the wilderness and he's trying to let himself get known to you, he's going to make a boom. He's going to stamp his foot in the ground, boom. And that boom will emanate. You'll feel it. It's like that T-Rex in Jurassic Park, just an emanating, awesome, deep boom. And that's him saying that he's there. That's what they call themselves. The Sasquatch call themselves boom. So pretty cool. I'd love one, but poor homeboyish. Don't know what that means. Just if you guys email me at discoveringbigfoot@gmail.com. You automatically get a photograph of Jane. So a pretty cool one. And there'll be more stuff. Just I am well, thank you, Josh. I'm just working on I need those supporters on Patreon to do what I want to do. The goals I have this year are big, and with hundreds of thousands of followers, um, which is absolutely fantastic, then we should be able to generate that all that I want. So what is going on here now on TikTok? Weird stuff. They invited me to have a competition, and I got second place in some kind of competition. I wasn't trying. Okay, Simon Ghost, name a car. Ferrari. That's a car. I prefer trucks. Yeah. So there it is. I'm a full-time researcher. If you want to support me, it's discoveringbigfoot.org is my website, Patreon, and you get all kinds of free stuff there. Where do Sasquatch go when it's below zero? So what seems very clear to me is they're not likely to hibernate. No hominid is ever known to hibernate, and they do come out in the winter quite often. I think they'll run out of meat, go kill an elk or a deer, come back, and I think they stay in caves. And understand this: I could go out there in -40 right now, where it's cold. Snow doesn't melt. Nothing melts in -40. Yet the rivers are flowing. Why? Because there's thermals that are coming out of the earth, out of those caverns, and melting out the water. So if water is melting, that means there's thermals. What happens when the water melts out of those caves? It's going to be heat. And those are going to be the cave systems. I can't even imagine how ridiculously huge the cave systems are going to be there. I've been, my father, who's passed on now, was out in these areas, and the rivers and the creeks were flowing and flowing. This is, my father was out there probably 70, 60 years ago. He saw these creeks, beautiful glacier water flowing, hundreds of thousands of liters a second, just flowing and flowing and flowing. Can you imagine how much caves there are with thermals all through those mountain areas, all through these sections? So there must be caves with thermals. They must be in those caves. They could all cuddle up and have a big cuddle session in a cave. They're going to be tough, super, super tough, super, cold weather hardy, and that's most likely what they do. So, any Mohawks? That's what we have near me. Hello, Josh. Not often have I to do with Mohawk people. Can't think of maybe more than 2 or 3 times in my life. Why do they hide from us? They don't really hide from us. They just stay away from us because we're very deceptive, dishonest, and we don't get it. And that's the difference with me. If you go out there and you love nature and you want to learn and you're a great student, the master will come to you and appear. If you're out there wrecking, destroying, out there to make money, out there, and you're not connecting to nature properly, they won't have anything to do with you, because the Sasquatch are nature. Like, so much more so than even regular animals. They're so much more connected because they're intellectually and spiritually very, very deeply connected to nature. They're the apex species out there, and they're very, very spiritual. So I know this. I'm not having this discussion. I have the evidence of it. They're highly telepathic. They can feel into your energy very easily, and they're attracted and drawn to people they call light. So people that are lights, that are bright, that have a good flow of energy, they're attracted to you. They want to try to mind speak with you. And telepathy, guys, it's just not paranormal anymore. So I was getting some bump back in the last 4 years. The telepathy research that I saw at universities was kind of dying away, and now it's just come right back. There's the plant thing, that plants are telepathic, and they've proven this, that plants can sense when their owners are coming back to take care of them. So, and this is not hokey woo woo stuff. This is scientific fact. And who hasn't had telepathic experiences where you're sitting in a spot, suddenly you look over there and you see somebody that was staring at you. You didn't smell them, you didn't hear them, you didn't see them. Why did you look over there? So, and it doesn't take much for me to prove any expedition that comes out with me. When I get my hands on you and you're out there in the wilderness with me, it's not a matter of are you telepathic, it's how telepathic you are. And I prove that to all my expeditioners. I see it. I'll be able to prove that. I'll illuminate them. And the more you connect to nature, the more you get into your wildness and your freedom and your natural self, the more that gift comes out. And that's really what my expeditions are so much about, is about up leveling people more than anything. If you don't come out there and up level, you won't have success with Sasquatch. And that's sort of like the tip of the iceberg with that. So hello, Royal. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Todd. Hey, Todd and team. So I'm only doing 15 more minutes today, guys. I am a dad, and I have a whole bunch of dad stuff I have to do. Hey, look at this. Colloidal Moro, Northern Alberta logger here. Been following you for about a decade. Well, hey, sir. Thanks for following me. What's going on up there with the logging and stuff? Man, I heard lots of things about stuff that happens. England, boom! TikTok is first to be international. They're trying to battle. Hot Sauce Guru says, Hot Sauce Guru. I know Hot Sauce Guru. They're trying to battle. Hot Sauce Guru, is that who I think it is? I won't say your name because you might want to be private, but sure would like to talk to you, my friend. Okay, so let's get back to questions here. Hey, Todd, Paul from South Dakota. Hello, Paul and Shirley. People are saying boom with love so much. With love so much for the questions. I got questions. There'll be questions. Cut Boy Ricks. Ever heard of the lady in the white old Bryce Hospital in Alabama? I've seen her. Is that paranormal? Because I don't do ghosts. So when I talk to Netflix, when I talk to Discovery Channel, when I talk to Warner Brothers, they often refer to me as a paranormal researcher, and I kind of consider that I'm a little offended usually by that. Hey Todd, you want to come do Loch Ness? Nope, don't know nothing about Loch Ness. Silence. Hey Todd, you want to come do ghosts? No, I don't do ghosts. I'm not a paranormal researcher. I guess by definition, Sasquatch is not really accepted, but there's science. This is the discovery's done. Like again, I took this to court for a good freaking reason because I could prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. The fact is, this discovery is still de facto is preposterous to me. I mean, what the hell? This should be done. But people often call me paranormal, but don't get that. Anything else paranormal, aliens, like I don't know anything more than the laymen do. When it comes to Sasquatch, though, you got to understand I've got decades of boots on the ground, out in the field, even in the lab, experience, studying, reading the stories. If I was, and I'm never going to be an aliens guy. I'm never going to do that. I'm only like a gorilla person does gorillas, not chimpanzees, not orangutans. They do gorillas. That freaking Ian Redmond, though, that brilliant genius, he does elephants and gorillas. Just not me. I just do Sasquatch, but it's Sasquatch and nature. I love the elk. I love the moose. I love the deer. I love the wolves. I'm a big fan of the wolves. I think they're absolutely majestic and gorgeous. So I have to study the bears because I have to coexist with them. So the land, nature, what to eat. So it's a lot. So glad you're growing your beard. Thank you, Julie. This is so my daughter's 6 and she never has really seen me with a beard, and she's always watching videos. She watched my movie. My 6-year-old daughter, she's watching this movie. She's like, oh my god, this is awesome, Dad, you were so cool, you had a beard and long hair, oh my god. So so I was like, you'd like it if I had a beard? She goes, I love the beard. And then my son's like, Dad, I miss the beard. So my children asked for it, so they get it. They're extremely important in my life, so they wanted it, so I got it. Oh, what's this? Nope, something else about a match. Well, Todd, I've photographed over 60, over 100 encounters, and I know what they are. Do you? I sure hope so, Bruce. So if you'd like to cooperate, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. I'm talking to you, Bruce, on TikTok. Please send me an email, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Go to my website, discoveringbigfoot.org, but send me a message there. And yeah. Can you go off and come back, bro? Is that because of that double thing? Sorry about that. Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. I'm not doing that. So Josh asked, donate for what? Again, just curious. Donate if you want Sasquatch research to transpire. Donate if you're passionate about the discovery of Sasquatch. Donate if you want us to do more want me to do more documentaries, to do the research. Research costs money. Yeah. And I do this show. You think I'm getting paid to do this show? Nope. I don't, I do expeditions, but the more funding that I can generate through donations, the more research I can do. And donation dollars matters, really, legit. the gorillas were pretty much, the mountain gorillas are pretty much done, like virtually going to be extinct. I talked to Ian Redman before he went on BBC announcing to the world that the gorillas are over. They're not going to be mountain gorillas anymore. He went on TV, did that, and Ellen DeGeneres heard it. She said, "Nope, that's not going to happen. I'm going to save the gorillas," and she gave millions of dollars. And now the gorilla population is okay. The mountain gorillas were saved because Ellen DeGeneres is a fan of Diane Fossey, who works, uh, who was responsible for the original gorilla research, who's now being continued on in Rwanda. But yeah, money saved the gorillas. If it wasn't for Ellen DeGeneres stepping up with millions of dollars, there'd be no gorillas left, period. I don't believe the Sasquatch population is in dire straits, but yeah, stale chat, scot free. Well, if you don't like it, be on your way, sir. I'm not entertaining enough to you, then be on your way. You're not hurting my feelings. And Todd, of course, boom, my friend. Hello, Royal. Thank you very much. Beard looks good. Thank you. So, what do we got? Julie hit the like button. Julie says, Casey says, how did you get the zoomed in photos so clear and in focus? So, that's Casey talking about. So, video 2 and 3 are not zoomed in. I didn't zoom in. I wasn't good with a camera. So, that was back in 2005. I filmed video 2 and 3. And video 3 is the Sasquatch running up the mountain. Video 2 is the Sasquatch standing on the side of the mountain. There was no zooming there, but it is clear footage. And I knew not to zoom in because I didn't know where the Sasquatch was going to go. And again, I was a rookie with a camera. By the time I did video 4, I had probably 500 hours worth of camera experience that I got by working. And it was actually a wrestling television program. I was a cameraman for it. I got hundreds of hours of experience using a camera, and then I was in good focus and zoomed in properly with my 20 times optical zoom camera because I had 500 hours of using the camera practice. So I was a freaking ninja with it. So I did pretty good. And then same thing, I just continued on. I kept up my videographer skills. I kept practicing with my cameras, and I've done pretty good since then. So that's part of the research that I do. It's it's tracking, it's preparing food over time, survival skills. Then it's camera work, it's post-production, it's direction, it's getting the cutaway shots, it's using Adobe Premiere Pro to do my post-production. It's a lot of stuff, guys. And then running the whole business. Expeditions is a business all to itself. I'm basically a caterer, and I take care of people and guide them. So it's a lot of hats that you have to wear. And so it keeps me extremely busy. Greetings from Sasquatchy, Louisiana. Hello very much. Thank you, Desi, for tuning in. Maine, hello. New Jersey, good day, Sonia. Mystic Jedi, I'm building a Jurassic Park type facility. I want a Sasquatch from over I want a Sasquatch from all over the world to live here. I'll charge big bucks for the tour. Well, yeah, this is from Mystic Jedi. I'm sure it's being funny. Cool. That's not going to happen. You can't capture a Sasquatch. It's just not going to happen. And I don't like to use the word can't and impossible, but you're not going to capture a Sasquatch. Like it's not what you think. So Year of the Beard, yeah, 2025, the year came back. Hello from Western Australia. Boom, YouTube goes international. Thank you very much. Let's get some questions here. Joshua. Okay, awesome, Todd. I didn't know I could get on your late on chat, but I understand. Yeah, buddy. Been a watcher for years. Thank you for your support. Everybody, thank you very much for your support. It really matters to me. Show me your best Sasquatch trap, Todd. There is no Sasquatch trap. I wouldn't even try to do that. If you start doing stuff like that, it's deceptive. If you want to trap a Sasquatch, you're never going to see a Sasquatch again because they're going to know what your intent is. I hope you can understand that. You're just not. We've got to come to this knowing, guys. We've got to. Let me tell you something. I'm not asking for opinions. I'm going to tell you. So if I'm not the best tracker in Western and the Pacific Northwest, I'm top 2, 3. I've never met anybody who could track and has the boots on the ground tracking skills that I have. And I've worked with the best in the world. So I can say that I've worked with Apaches. I worked with the Northern Cree Elder. I worked with, Blackfoot and other Iroquois. Like I work with trackers, man. I'm trained. Survivor Man, John Benernagel, trained. Like hunters, trained. And I can't go. And I've worked with the elites of the elites. I can't verse these guys. I can't verse Sasquatch. The only ever time I've ever been ahead is because I was so far behind. Do you understand that? Like you can't verse these guys. They're so elite. They've born and raised in the wilderness. They've been tracking for so many generations. They never lost their skills. Like they know what a bird chirp means. They know what a squirrel's squawking. They know when the wind's going to change direction as the sun comes up. Like you can't verse these guys. They're going to get you. They're going to own you. And that's just tangible stuff with tracking. You throw extrasensory perception in there, forget about it. You're never going to verse them. Because if indeed they do exist, which I know they do, many of you know, more of you believe, some of you are doubtful, that's fine. But they exist, and since they do exist, they've outdone best in the world. They smoke me. Like I'm literally a novice student of theirs. Like I got schooled a couple years ago when the Australia, USA, Canada expedition happened, and there was like a young 12-year-old male. He was just schooling me, like owning me. He was out there alone versing me. Well, I was trying to verse him a little bit, having fun with him, thinking maybe, I'm in my 40s. I'm a skilled outdoorsman. Maybe I could school this young Sasquatch. Forget about it. Just absolutely forget about it. Preposterous. He owned me. I have to treat the young ones as dominant individuals over me. Do you understand? So it's really just not like you think. So, oh, Pocket says my photos of Jane. Thanks again. You're so welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying them. They're amazing, aren't they? So you're behind on the YouTube comments, which I understand. Much respect. James McDonald, I have a theory on why Sasquatch nostrils are so big. I think it's because they have big fingers. I think they have big nostrils because they have to suck in so much oxygen, right? And going up into altitudes, you're going to have bigger nostrils, more ability to take in air, because at higher altitudes in the mountains, you're going to have less oxygen, right? So Bigfoot, we got him here in Louisiana. Awesome. If you can have some evidence for me, you want to tell me about some experiences you've had, Desi, Kent, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Please send me an email there. So Twiggy Fat, hey, you think I'm not telling the truth? Go do something else. Go hate on someone else. Have a nice day. Hey Todd, you have the best photos of Bigfoot I've ever seen. Can you explain how they came out so clear? I did that already. I talked about that. So Matt Ward, what would Matt say? My name is Matt Ward. Give me a shout out. Love your work. I think I have family around my house. Hello, Matt Ward. Thank you very much for your support and tuning in. Sammy Chicken. Todd, do you think Sasquatch would succumb to the effects of, say, COVID? Absolutely. Or smallpox? Yes. As it's like some animals do not, but gorillas, chimpanzees, and orangutans sure would. You'd kick their butt. So, absolutely. I think Sasquatch would be more susceptible to those illnesses than even gorillas and chimpanzees are. So, 100%. Because they can breed with us and produce viable offspring, which is in the DNA. I'm not going to get into that too much today. So, I think their oily skin helps them with temperatures. Absolutely. Well, there was in this Jane photograph. So this last thing I'm going to talk about today, guys, because I got to head out a little bit early. But in this Jane photograph, so you see there's snow there, and the light. You see the light on her? That's direct sunlight. So it was Duke University called me. Oh God, years ago, like I don't know, 2012, like so long ago, and they had a technology called digital pixel thermalization. What they could do is, based on the sun's energy, the sun's wavelength frequency, they could get a thermalization of this. And since there was snow there, snow was a good base point for them to get thermalization of this individual. So when they first call me, people always do this when they go to look at my stuff. They go, "Oh, I'll look at the guy in the costume and I'll get back to you." And then they get back to me and go, "Holy crap, Sasquatch is real." And I go, "Yeah, what happened?" So she thermalized, or she had a thermal fingerprint that was not human. So not only is this not a mask, Duke University can prove that. I know Homeland Security bought the technology. It's not public yet. But her face fingerprinted, as he called it, very originally, and or in a unique way that they'd never seen before in any living being. And he said what it corresponds to is a being that has thicker skin, fattier deposits that's going to thrive in colder conditions. A tougher, stronger, better adapted hominid. And it fingerprinted like human beings fingerprint a different way. We have different fatty deposits, not as thick, skin not as thick. So I was very excited to see about that study coming out. But the truth is they paid me. It was $5,000 for the photo. I was very happy for the money, but I can't be asking them for the results when I'm the customer, when I got paid for it. Because believe me, I did. I said, you can have the money back. I just want that to go public. So for those of you who are happy about the photos, but you think they can't really go beyond that. They can. There's going to be technology that comes out. There's technology that currently exists. The American government has it. But if you know something about the American government and the technology they had, so I had like 15 years, is it 15? Yeah, about 15 years ago, a colonel from the US gave me some old uh, infrared technology, night vision that they had. Again, so this is 15 years ago. They gave me the stinkingest, crappiest piece of garbage, infrared that they had. And it's just that was called it's called Generation 4. I had that. Like they gave it to the US military, gave it to me as a piece of junk 15 years ago. It's coming out in the next few years. So they are literally 20 years ahead of us in technology. If you understand how technology works exponentially, I guarantee you the US government, they know. They've had the technology, they have the technology, they've looked at my stuff. They absolutely know not only that Sasquatch is real, but that my footage is real and the work I'm doing is legitimate. So what are they doing to verse me? A lot. But screw them. I will keep moving forward. I'll keep getting success. I'll keep winning and we'll take it step by step. So this is my show for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Um, there'll be lots more videos to come. I did the last week. I did a video on Albert Osman's very cool accounting where he's picked up and carried off by a Sasquatch allegedly. So I did that video. Check that one out. New videos coming up that I'm talking about Sasquatch. I'll be reviewing stuff from last year, talking about expeditions, and expeditions are all sold out for 2025. I have 33 people. That's 11 expeditions planned for this year, but I get cancellations all the time, and my cancellation list is I only have 2 people on the cancellation list. Generally, I get 6 cancellations a year, so there's still room. So if you want to possibly get on board for an expedition this year, apply. You never know what's going to pop up, and I may actually do another expedition. So I may be doing 36 people this year. So lots going on. The discovery of Bigfoot is happening. Tons of new things coming this year. We have accelerated up to the next level. Get very excited because the discovery of Bigfoot is happening, and there'll be lots more to come. So take care. Bye for now.
Why don't we go to the pool?
1 second, please.